What's going on, guys? Jared Sports Cards coming at you with another video today, guys. You know this is my favorite video of the week. I say it every single week. We're going through everything you need to know for retail hunting this week. That's new releases. What the value is, what you should buy, what you shouldn't buy. Is this worth it? Is that worth it? Here we go. We have an action-packed video, but if you guys didn't see this morning's video, we're giving away a free Prism Mega Box, guys, so make sure to go enter the giveaway. I'll leave the instructions down in the description below, in the comment section below, and you can check out today's video that I posted earlier this morning about how you can win this bad boy. So without further ado, guys, this is a long video, so sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. I had a guy last time comment saying that he actually did grab some popcorn, so maybe you will, maybe you won't. Let's get into it. If I look above the camera, it's because I have all my notes here. There's just so much info you guys can imagine that I have to share with you. But we always start with football, guys. You know, there's four current football products out. So last week, I was kind of worried that maybe Select Football was not going to drop again. It dropped on Target.com, guys, last week. Crazy. It went over its 6th week on the shelf. This will be its 8th week on the shelf if it does indeed drop again. Look for this to be the last week. I thought it was going to be the last week, but hey, maybe that was the last week, all right? We don't really know, but that is just based on trends. Every product has lasted 6 weeks on the shelf. With this whole Target hiatus, they missed a week, right? So that could have been the last week, because technically that was week 7, but we had a whole week where they didn't drop any Select, right? So that could have been week 6 technically. So we could see Select, end now. We could see one more week of it. We're not sure. Nobody's sure, but look out for it to be over, or potentially this being the last week. All right. So what happened in terms of value to Select, guys? I'm going to be referencing secondary market prices, but I'm not doing that for resale purposes. I'm doing it because if secondary market price is up, that means single price is up, right? If secondary market price is down, single price is down. You guys can do what you want with your cards. I'm always team rip, but then again, they're not my boxes, so I can't comment on that. But here we go. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the value of Select Football blaster boxes after they dropped about 2 weeks ago, they're down $10. They're about $50 to $60 a blaster, really trending around $50 with some $59.99. That's why I kind of added that $50 to $60 range. But a lot of them are going in that $50 direction. Fat packs are down too. Fat packs they're down too. They were about 30-ish last week. They were 25 to 30, more 30. Now they're 25. Like, they are selling consistently for $25 a fat pack. You get that one guaranteed silver, so that's kind of like their chase in a sense. And then mega boxes are actually up, guys, which was just insane to me. They dropped more mega boxes last Friday, so I think we can expect that price to go down once everybody kind of starts receiving their mega boxes. But they're at like a flat 100. They were about 85 to 100 last week, with most of them going around the $90, $95 range. Now they're like literally selling at 100, period. There's a few people undercutting each other, some for 90, some for 95, but it's 100. Like, it is 100. Like, that's what they're selling for. So that seems to be the price we've kind of flatlined out at. I'm even surprised blasters dropped in price, honestly. I gotta be completely honest here. I can expect that price to kind of go up as football season comes up. That's my prediction, of course. I mean, anything's bound to happen. Your second product here, your second biggest product, arguably, are Chronicles. So Chronicles football blasters are down $5 again. So they were 35 to 40. Now they're 30 to 40. Most around 30, I gotta say. So, they were pretty much 35 to 40, trending that 35 range. I even made a note last week they were dropping to 30, and now they're like 30. Some are still at the 40 range, which is why I wanted to include 40, but I'm telling you, most are at 30. I really could have put 30 to 35 here, but I still added the 40 because there are some for $39.99, but that's they're selling at 30 mostly. Chronicles mega boxes are down $5. They were selling about 90 last week. They're down to 85. This is what we saw about 2 weeks ago. They were kind of trickling down to this 85 range. Absolutely no surprise here. And then fat packs are actually up, guys. They are up. People have seen the heat that can be pulled in Chronicles fat packs. It's been insane. We're actually doing a members-only giveaway soon where we're giving away some Chronicles fat packs. So that's awesome. Join as a member if you want. Link will be in the description. So fat packs, again, that $10 to $15 range. They're really trending around $13. Like, that is the sweet spot. Last week they were trending about 10, so they're up $3 on a consistent comps basis on eBay. So that's really good to see for football, for Chronicles. It's something that was really plummeting. The fact that we're seeing the value rise a bit is pretty good for even if it's just fat packs. Your next one, it's going to be Score Football. Again, down. This is the first 2021, or this is the first football product in a long time to go under $30. They are selling at $25, 25 to 35, most at 25 to 30. I only added 35 because some are selling around the 35 range, but they're under 25, guys. I called it last week. I said this could be the first football product we see under $30, and it's happened. 25 to 30, I'm seeing a lot at $24.99, some at $26.99. It's not looking good for Score Football in that terms. There's still a lot of variation, though, between the $25 and $35 range, because I feel like people are like, okay, football under 30, oh, I should bid, where other listings are just not getting bid on when they're under 30. So there's a lot of real variation there. I expect that price to flatline. I don't think we're going to see Score go down to $20. Just the demand for football is too high. I still think if you can snag one at 25, it's not a bad deal. All right, and our last football product is Contenders Draft Picks Football. We are finally seeing it in stores across the country. Last week, we had a little scare that maybe it wouldn't drop because we hadn't seen it across the country, but it's here. And it's here to hopefully stay for a few weeks. So Contenders Draft Picks Football, pre-sale, guys. Pre-sale. They're going for $165. That's insane to me 2 weeks ago. Now they're down to $35, $40. They flatlined out just like Contenders Basketball did. 35 to 40. I expect maybe they're going to drop to 30, 35, and they're going to flatline at 30, 35. That's just based on other products that I've seen that I think that's what's going to happen. Of course, I could be wrong, totally wrong, but Contenders Draft Picks Football is there. If I had to rank, I'm going in that order of what I want. I want Select first, then I want Chronicles, then I want Score, then I want Contenders Draft Picks Football, guys. That's the order I'm going in. Again, college jersey is just tough. In general, I would just stay away from those in general. I would just stick with Select and Chronicles if you can. But honestly, there's not too many great football products. Excuse me. There's not a lot of great football products out right now. All right, let's hop over to basketball. That's going to do it for football. Basketball is exciting still. We actually saw a real hurt in the value basketball, which is interesting because we're in the playoffs, right? So CVS is still doing the fat packs for Donruss. They're around like $13. That's down like $2 from last week. They were literally around 15, and now they're mostly around 13. So, I mean, that could just be margin of error too. But down $2 in value. Again, you can still get the fat packs at CVS. Then we go to the big boy, which is NBA Prism, guys. This was just insane to me, guys. Blaster boxes hurt so bad, guys. They dropped so many at Walmarts across the country this week, and the secondary market / the value of the product felt it so hard. They were about 120 consistently. 120 consistently last week. Now they're down to $90 to $100. A lot of them selling around $100, with some dropping in the $90 range, down $20. We have not seen a drop from these blasters, like that big of a drop from these blasters since we just haven't. We haven't. Like literally 115 is the lowest they've dropped, and that was week 3, and then they went back up to 120, 130. And now they're at 100, which is unheard of for Prism. So it's very shocking. Hanger boxes went up, though. They went up. So hanger boxes last week were chilling around 100. We also saw this blaster box trend just before I go on last week when we did see some dropping at 100. I think I called it that we're going to see them drop to 100. But hanger boxes went up. They were 100, 110. Now they're 110 to 120, which is big money for the hanger boxes. Cello packs, $45 to $50. Literally nothing changed from last week. They're just chilling around the 45 range. And then mega boxes are actually 150 to 170 now. So last week they were literally consistently selling 145 to 150. Now it's just 151. I mean, now it's just 150 to 170. Like now there's 160. Like some are selling at 160, some are 170, some are 150. It's so diverse in prices that you can't put too small of like a range there. So 150 to 170 is value wise. Then you have your third basketball product, obviously the one that is your big one. Then we have one new release, which is huge release, guys. Like, it's an absolutely huge release. So Contenders, basketball blasters are 35 to 40. They were pretty much like that last week. They were 35 to 45 last week, but there hasn't been much at 45. So 35 to 40 pretty much for Contenders Basketball Blasters, and then boom, we have our biggest release of this week, and probably in the month of June, Optic Donruss Basketball. We're going to see blaster boxes, we're going to see fat packs. Expect this to be the first week where, guys, wow, yawning, sneezing, everything. I don't edit my videos, so enjoy that sneeze. We'll have blasters and fat packs drop. They're going to be dropping in Minnesota and the Midwest. That's just what happens. That's how these drops work. Minnesota and the Midwest, they drop always first, a week before the East and the West Coast kind of get them. We'll see higher resale on those, to start off. They're definitely going to tank after the second week because the rest of the country is going to have access to them. That's our big release. I'm pumped for that release. I want to open up so much of that on the channel. That's going to be great. All right, guys, let's hop over to, we're going to quickly do UFC and soccer, then we'll get into baseball because I know a lot of people like UFC, a lot of people like soccer, and baseball is not as popular, but I still like to touch upon it. So UFC blaster boxes, literally no change from last week. They're still $50 to $60. I think that's literally where they're going to flatline. I wouldn't expect anything less from that. But again, they're in-store at Target. They're not sold online. I think if they do come online, we'll see a price tank. But for right now, we're chilling at about $50 to $60, and that's where they're probably going to stay. For soccer, we have La Liga Mosaic Soccer. Blaster boxes, last week they were $40 to $45. Some tinkering around the $50 range. Now they're straight $40 to $45. None are really going for $50 at all. So soccer really just kept its value, and I expect it's just going to flatline there, maybe go down $5, but I really think it's just going to flatline. Mosaic's a product where any Chrome-esque product is really hard to take a hit after it's flatlined, unless something absolutely absurd, happens with the amount of supply or the demand. But yeah, expect that. All right, guys, I'll hop into the 3 baseball products we have. Optic Baseball is dropping, but I don't know too much about it. I was going to just kind of focus on that next week. But we can go through the 3 that definitely will be out this week, 1,000%. So first off, you have your Bowman Baseball blaster boxes. Those have absolutely no change from last week. Still $30 to $35 resale. A lot are just $35. Some are $30, but that's what you're looking at for blaster boxes. Your mega boxes last week were $45 to $55. A lot around the $50 to $55 range. Some dipping down to the $45 range, is why I kind of mentioned it, and it kind of just foreshadowed what it was this week. Mega boxes consistently $45 across the board. That's what we're seeing for secondary market value. There's not too much, up above $45. The mega boxes have been much better than the blaster boxes. Everybody's seen that. The Chrome, exclusive parallel packs have just been absurdly good for a lot of people. A lot of people are pulling some absolute fire. I pulled some absolute fire, so make sure to check that video out. Bowman Baseball blasters and mega boxes are pretty much around the same thing they were last week. Diamond Kings is going to be your next big product. Again, $20 to $25 for blaster boxes. That hasn't changed since last week. Mostly around the $22 range. They were $24, $25 last week, so they have dropped, I guess you could say, like $3 in value, but it's really not too significant. And hanger boxes, $10 to $15, still most around that $12, $13 range, just as they were last week. No change there. All right, and we have Topps Heritage Blaster boxes to end it off. And then I want to give you a list of what you should prioritize, or what I think you should prioritize this week. Topps Heritage Blasters, they actually took a hit. They're $18 to $22. We've seen them go lower. Week 4, they were at 15, so it's a week 7 now. They're at 18. Hanger boxes are about $11 to $15 this week. That's really hasn't changed since the $10 that they have been at. And then fat packs are down. They've actually went from week 5 to $5 week 6 and to $3 to $5 week 7, which has just been, a tough hit. People are losing money on Heritage fat packs. You're not getting any additional value there. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to give you my list. I think you should prioritize Prism Basketball Mega Box as your number 1, Prism Basketball Hanger Box as your number 2, Prism Basketball Blaster as your number 3, Select Mega Box as your number 4, and a Chronicles Mega Box as your number 5. Obviously, over everything, if you get the opportunity to get Donruss Optic Basketball, buy that. Leave every other product on the shelf. Buy Donruss Optic Basketball if you have the chance this week. That is going to be your number 1 product, no matter what. But again, that's usually going to just be in the Midwest and Minnesota, not necessarily the coast. So if you're lucky enough to get some Donruss Basketball this week, good luck to you, because that is going to be a hot commodity, guys. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today. Remember, if you have not joined the free Prism Mega Box giveaway, check out this morning's video on how to enter, guys. It's super easy. It's super easy. And imagine winning a $170 box for nothing. That sounds like a W to me, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. 80% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, according to YouTube. So I'm on the road to 10K subscribers by the end of the summer. So, hey, I'd appreciate if you could tap the like button, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.